Okay, this is the case of 35 years old female. She has had in 2014 biliary acute pancreatitis, followed by cholecystectomy, and CT scan and MRI revealed a cystic lesion of 40 millimeters on the tail of the pancreas. The patient is scheduled today for US with confocal laser endomicroscopy. Let's move to endoscopy room with Dr. Petrone.
So moving from the left liver lobe, we can check for the hepatic hilum and then for the body of the pancreas. And we can see nicely the pancreatic duct. Adrian is show you very thin. She's a young lady. Okay, and moving towards the splenic hilum, we can nicely see here this cystic lesion. So at first we have to characterize this lesion.
It looks smaller than on MRI, doesn't it?
Yeah, we can measure it. It's a thin wall cystic lesion. So
2.2.
Yeah. Thank you, Adrian. There are some calcification on the lower part of the cyst with shadow behind. But the fluid inside the cyst is completely clear, I would say.
And the wall is very nicely demarcated. If you look at the wall, it's really nice.
Yes.
So it's really a thin wall.
We can check with a regular Doppler. Okay. So the problem is that she's really young. She has a cystic lesion, unilocular cystic lesion on the tail of the pancreas with some calcification in the lower part. She had the pancreatitis 2 years ago, more or less. So we have to be sure that it's not a mucinous lesion.
And the question is that if we need FNA at all, I mean, NCLE would carry some risk in this patient because we would, in order to do a final aspiration with a 19-gauge needle, you will have to cross through the whole pancreatic body. So in order to do that, I think that would carry a risk of acute pancreatitis. And she already had one acute biliary pancreatitis 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if we would need NCLE. I mean, I wouldn't do it in this case.
Would you conclude this cyst? The serous pseudocyst.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
we still don't know yet. I think that we have to make a differential diagnosis between pseudocyst and, as I said before, a mucinous cystic lesion for sure. We have to puncture this lesion. I don't know if you would like to perform sonoview just to see better the wall of the cystic lesion, but for sure we have to suck some liquid, some fluid.
Are you sure, Myra? Because given the fact that it's decreased in size, it's almost half the size of what it was on the MRI.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of mucinous cyst does that? And MRI is pretty reliable with this. I don't know any mucinous. I think I have to agree with Adrian that balancing risks and benefits in this case would favor not needling this, actually. I mean, there's something to be said for every strategy.
And I mean, the lesion can be followed up, and if it increases inside, then of course something else should be done, FNA or NCLE or whatever. But if the lesion decreases inside, then it's most probably it was probably an acute pancreatic fluid collection, which is now decreasing over time. And if the patient is young and asymptomatic, then I think we could follow up a bit, if Mara agrees.
I really don't know. I think that for this patient we have to ask to Mark because I heard that she already underwent in US in another center without puncture, and probably she's come here just to have some more information. So I would say,
Yeah, we can
yeah,
change to.
I
We
think
can
that
do that.
we can just to try to have more information about this cystic lesion.
So we change the settings to. But I would increase a
No?
bit the. No, it's
I
okay.
don't see more the cystic lesion more.
Maybe now. It should be somewhere.
Yeah, because we have changed the.
Yeah, a bit, but I can increase it a bit if you want.
So the
That's the
plan is now
maximum.
to just do the FNA after
No,
Sonoview?
yeah, we'll do the Sonoview first and see what we
yeah,
can
yeah,
get,
yeah,
and then
sure. Okay,
okay, if you can.
we can inject.
So if you look, there's really no signal. I mean, you can see the
We don't see any bubbles.
no, and really there's probably nothing in the wall as well. I mean, you see the pancreas, which is nicely enhancing here. So you see first the microvasculature and then the perfusion, and that's one of the large arteries
Yes.
here. Yeah, but in the cysts there, of course, there's nothing, and there are some faint signals in the wall, but I wouldn't say that it's enhancing. So
Yeah,
it's,
I agree.
it could be I think just an acute pancreatic fluid collection,
So a
which is
pseudocyst.
yeah, slowly regressing over time. I don't know.
Yeah,
If it
maybe.
was in the borders of the cyst, would you say the pseudocyst?
Yeah, it's difficult to say with contrast. I mean, pseudocysts are usually, the wall is enhancing
B
quite
mode?
nicely. The B mode is you have to go back
Thank you.
to probe, and so it's difficult to do the differential diagnosis only with contrast. So okay.
So just to know if we have to puncture the lesion or not. Yeah? Yeah, okay. So we decided finally to puncture in any case the lesion, just to suck some fluid in any case.
Can we have a,
What
can we
kind of
just
needle?
have the conventional
The-
orientation? Because I think the orientation has changed back.
No, this is my conventional orientation.
I mean, if you want, I can go back. I can.
It doesn't matter.
Can you work backwards?
You can do both of them. If
Yeah,
you want,
sure.
I can set it up left, right, but it doesn't matter too much. So
Okay, we are going
I would say,
to perform a biopsy with 22 gauge, 25. They suggest me 25
25.
because she's a young patient.